Welcome back. You're tuning in to Financial Fitness Northwest live on 1150 KKNW, where we help you navigate the mortgage and real estate market with expert advice from knowledgeable and trustworthy industry professionals. And now in studio, we have Alex Black and Jacob Pickett. Alex and Jacob founded Black+Pickett Real Estate Group in 2006, born of a shared passion for client advocacy and education. Black+Pickett has grown to include Shauna Peterson and John Anderson. All four members of the team were born and raised in Seattle, providing a unique familiarity with our local markets. Alex has been in the business for 18 years and Jacob for 14 years. With four like-minded and experienced team members, they are able to serve their growing client base in all areas of the greater Puget Sound region and specialize in each specific aspect of real estate. Black+Pickett clients can always count on one of their team members being available for them, whether it is just to answer a question on the weekend or evening or to write an offer and discuss negotiation strategy. Black+Pickett's full-service team is ready to work diligently to serve their clients. Welcome, guys.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. We're so glad to have you on the show.
What a great introduction.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bio.
I'd use me.
You guys must be busy doing all that. That's awesome.
Well, so tell us a little bit about how you guys, became to work together, started the team.
Well, Jacob and I were working together in an office about 12 years ago, and we had a kind of like-minded philosophies on real estate, and we were both both of our businesses were individually growing at a pretty fast rate, where it was hard to keep giving the kind of service to our clients that you can when you're kind of a lone wolf in the industry, which is the way real estate's kind of been traditionally. There was a bit of a revolution about that time. There began a series of experienced agents kind of forming partnerships, coming together, giving themselves more downtime, more resources, much better client access. The clients could have access to the agents 7 days a week, and the agents could have access to downtime once in a while, and so their families remember their names. And
well, that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 4 kids between us, so obviously, I go to work every day working for my family as much as working for Jacob's family, and that's the benefit of a team, is that you really get to you can put all your energy into a business, and then you can take time off. And when I turn my phone off, Mr. Pickett's there to take up the slack, and our clients know both of us, and so it's a seamless transfer.
I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's such a great transition because we see that a lot more in real estate, more of the team aspect, and I think it makes for, well, you probably can service your clients better. You're happier, right? Because you do have that downtime.
Absolutely, yeah, avoiding burnout.
Yeah.
I mean, once you become successful, your phone's just always ringing.
Yeah.
And so being able to shut down for a little bit and. Well, it keeps me married.
Yes.
But also rested and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that's great. I mean, we've gone that route too, and it's nice to know that it's not all on you.
Right.
You have backup. So
Oh, definitely.
that's been great.
Yeah, the brain fatigue, it really kicks in. I notice, so every summer I'll take a month off and go play, and Jacob watches the business, and then when I come back and I'm re-energized and ready to go again, and we also alternate weekends. And we also share resources. So we do a lot for our clients on both sides of the transaction. And on the selling side, on the listing side, working with sellers, we can offer benefits that still in the industry are probably kind of cutting edge. We do a full cleaning, landscaping, staging, clean carpets, do windows. We have a moving truck that we've offered clients for years. So we've negotiated contracts with the cleaners, with the window cleaners. We have our own staging arm, so we have a warehouse. We can stage 10 to 15 properties at any given time. And we offer all that service to our clients. And we do that because we can partner, we can share the costs. And so by having someone who's investing together, then it allows us to pass that on to our clients, which is a huge benefit. And so we spend several $1,000s on every listing that we put on the market. We also have the time to do things like general contract, the work that's been done. This is where Jacob, we call him the house whisperer.
Oh, wow. That's quite the title.
No, he goes into a home and we try to figure out how to spend, the money and allocate in the right places to really drive that buyer interest. He could probably give you an example.
Yeah, just trying to bring out the best in the house, and so obviously our cleaning, landscaping, staging, and then the HDR photography really helps with presentation. But if we can spend a little bit of our clients' money ahead of those services to bring out a little bit more value, that much the better, rather than letting somebody else pick it up and flip it. Why shouldn't our clients get some of that?
Wow,
I love it.
So what extent do you do then? I mean, if you went in and there was a dated kitchen, would you remodel a kitchen before you
We just
listed
did.
it?
We were there this morning.
Yeah.
Really?
From $100, we've done a couple that were maybe $30,000, remodels. It really depends on a lot of things. And we're just managing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, so obviously you sit down, this is a meeting with the client, and you talk about, if we do this, we'll be able to get you this kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, we're loath to spend our clients' money unless we're certain it's going to come back. And well, I'll get my hands a little dirty too, but for the most part, we're contracting out the work.
So we're often about services. So, and again, it helps to have a team. Our team is much larger than just Jacob and myself. Shauna Peterson and John Anderson are agents that work with us. We all pitch in. And so when someone has a listing coming on the market, it's just all hands on deck. Then, of course, we have our relationships with our landscapers and our cleaners, and we have a crew that works with us on the staging. They're also great handymen, and women. So for $20 to $25 an hour, we can do things like paint. We try to hit services across the board, including landscaping. Imagine your yard hasn't been maybe maintained the way you would like it to the last few years. We're going to go and we're going to just make it look perfect across the board. We're going to do the same thing with the flooring and the walls. We're really trying to get our bang for our buck, and our clients benefit greatly. Because when a buyer walks in, then if there are things left that are a little more expensive, they don't feel overwhelmed with the prospect. And in a market like this, we just want to open that buyer pool, let everybody have a chance to feel like they could own the property, especially the ones like me who don't have any skills in the world
of home
who
repair.
aren't Renaissance men like my partner.
Well, that's why you're a good partnership.
That's right. I'm back at the office running the numbers, and Jacob's rolling up his sleeves and caulking bathtubs, and he does. And when we need to get something done that requires some skill, that's
you call in the house whisperer, and he makes it happen.
he whispers away.
And my wife is on the team as well. She helped start the company, took a little bit of downtime, and has now come back to help too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
Well, so speaking
together.
of that, how is your team structure aside from kind of what you've explained here? Do you guys, each of you, have your own strengths and
sure.
as far as the other partners?
There's a lot of overlap, I think, as far as just the basic tasks of showing homes and writing contracts and such. And we specialize a little bit, like you talked about, in we're both pretty nerdy, so numbers-wise, I'm pretty good at that. But I would give Alex the nod as the greater
biggest nerd.
at pricing, the bigger nerd at pricing.
That's so touching.
But we like to, but even in that, we'll both do numbers independently and then come together to build consensus. Just again, trying to make sure that our clients are benefiting from the team rather than seeing it as anything but.
Yeah, we work as a group. Yeah. So like I said, so if Shauna is bringing a listing to market, then we try to have at least three of us do the walk through the property, independent analysis. Then we come have a group consensus. We beat each other up at the table, and then she would bring those findings to the client. So the clients really are getting a full team of people. It's not lip service. We all work hard on each other's listings. The way the team was formed, so Jacob and I as partners, we're full partners. So we merged our two books of business 11 years ago with the hopes that eventually it would be synonymous with the people that we work with, so that when one person was available, that everybody felt like they were getting a partner.
Right.
And that's exactly how it worked out. Within a couple of years, we couldn't even track where the lead came from, because Black+Pickett became bigger than the sum of the parts. And that just, it opened up our business. It allowed us to do more volume without dropping the level of service, which we think is fantastic for our clients. And then it gave us that work-life balance.
I think that's really unique, to agents. There's a lot of teams, but there's usually like one dedicated agent with people underneath them, whereas you guys are like a partnership.
It's true.
I really like that.
Like a big brain trust.
It's like master of the minds. You come together.
And that's what allows us to really shut down. And, we just know that we're going to take care of each other's business. And so we can really just unplug, put on the auto replies, and be with family or whatever it is we're going to do that's not real estate.
And we work together Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are our overlap days, and so we're full steam ahead. And then the person who works weekends gets the Tuesday off, and so then we alternate those 3 days a week. with some other downtime.
Right.
But it's great because, especially the process, we're often with clients for quite a while. And it's for them, they don't have to worry about me being on vacation on that Friday night when they need an offer written and there's somebody in front of them that they've never met before. So we really encourage, when we do tours, and we work with buyers with just as much passion as sellers. And we have a system that we've created over the years where it comes out of my college days. My degree got me this one little phrase, the null hypothesis, which basically means a good researcher looks at disproving their theory. So in our sense, the theory is that this is not the house for you as opposed to this is the house for you. So we approach every home with our clients trying to decide how to take this house off the list of potential purchases for them. And that allows us to look at the flaws and the defects first and foremost. And so we go through that process, and they get our perspectives are a little bit different. So they'll go out with Jacob for a weekend, they go out with me for a weekend. After 3 or 4 tours, they've got a really clear idea of how we approach value through dirt first and looking at the land and curable versus incurable dysfunction. And they get 2 passionate people doing this after a few weeks, then they feel really empowered, and then we become their advocates. And then of course we get to move into the negotiation part, which on both sides of the transaction is why we're both in business. We love that.
Yeah.
That's
like
our
that.
passion is the negotiation aspect.
Yeah. So very much about product knowledge rather than just sell.
Right.
We try to be there to protect our clients and make sure they're buying a good house.
And if you do it right, then of course referrals come and I
Sure.
think we're like 95% referral. So our marketing is service in the field. And when we go out and kill it for clients and spend as much time as they need and really help them be their own buyers and make the decision to purchase, and we're just advocating and helping and guiding them along. If they like that process, they'll tell their friends and family.
Well, that's the best way to market, right?
It's the only way to market.
Right. So what about challenges? I mean, being a team, obviously it's working for you and working for your clients, but what challenges do you see? Are there any? None?
No, communication is probably the biggest one.
We really have to make sure that the other understands everything that's been happening. I mean, I can't do that punching out unless I'm sure Alex has everything out of my brain that he needs. And so it's got to be written down somewhere. We have to talk about it. If he has questions, he needs to ask him, so that I don't have to worry that he's wondering what's going on, or a client's feeling like, wow, I already talked about all this. Why is this coming back up? So that's a real challenge.
I would
it's
imagine.
worth it.
Well, 4 years ago,
To make it seamless.
Shonda Peterson joined our team, and she is the glue.
that
So
helps
having
a lot,
that person that's always
She's
stable,
still
that's there during the transition times, guiding us, making us look really good, and then having John Anderson on the team as well, who's there not on the same schedule Jake and I, but more consistently in the office. That really helps us have the quality of life that we need. I mean, again, it really is about team.
Yep.
A real estate team can run so much more efficiently than a lone wolf. And I'm actually seeing, I've been in this business a long time, and I see different ideas come and go. The young set, the younger agents, and by the way, they're getting into the business out of college now. A lot real estate's being seen as a credible career. Not like not your second or third or fourth try at something. And these kids are killing it, and they understand the work-life balance, and they're teaming up within the first year or two. We have some agents in our office that are just phenomenal. And what they're doing, their success will be their own downfall if they don't figure out a way to manage the clients the way they managed their early clients when they had enough time.
Right.
Really have to have systems. Right? I mean, you
Absolutely.
have to be really systematic so that your level of service is just the same no matter what.
It's a tough, time-consuming business that becomes a passion and a labor of love when you don't feel like there's just too much for you to do. When you can go into work every day knowing you have a partner, knowing you have a team, knowing that you can get the things done, serve your clients, they're going to get great feedback, not turn away from the things you have to do as a company owner, like lead generation and touching your people as well as working in the business. You have to work on the business. All that can be done when you have a team effort. And the sooner realtors who are becoming successful see that and give up that kind of that control, which is obviously that's sometimes what is keeping them.
Or ego.
Right.
I think sometimes
Ego,
it's
control.
a little ego.
Right. When you have a guy smarter than you sitting next to you all the time, your ego goes out the window.
You're humbled a little.
Find good people, smarter than you,
Yeah.
team up, and off into the sunset.
Yeah, that's good. So you guys are obviously good on both sides of the transaction, but what is your business, what percentage of your business is buyers versus listing?
Yeah, it's very balanced
Is it?
now. I think it always starts out buyer heavy. Agents are quicker to get buyers than they are sellers, but now we have enough returning business. It's really balanced, and that's our goal. And I think ultimately we'd probably like to shift into a higher percentage of listings. That does allow a little bit more scheduling flexibility, but at the same time, we're reluctant to give up that. Our buyers we're just really protective. But yeah, I'd say very balanced, pretty much 50-50.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's about 40 sides on each side of the transaction a year.
Wow, that's great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Our pleasure.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's lots more you could share with us.
I know there is, and it's been really fun because you guys definitely have a unique approach. So thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Financial Fitness Northwest. When we come back from the break, we will be talking with Keith Beach of the Jennifer Beach Foundation, helping victims of child abuse and domestic violence. To find out more about any topics discussed on today's show, you can find us online at www.financialfitnessnw.com.